Russia needs that ammunition, the huge stocks of ammunition that North Korea has. And North Korea will be asking from Russia for help with things in which they have failed, like getting military satellites into orbit.
Now, it's the duo that no one wanted to see. Kim Jong-un travelled to Russia on Wednesday for a summit with Vladimir Putin at the Vostochny Space Centre. At the meeting, Mr. Kim appeared to express support for Russia's war in Ukraine. Gregory Teverton is the former chair of the US National Intelligence Council and spoke to Times Radio about the kind of weapons that North Korea could supply to Russia.
They do have apparently lots of low-tech munitions, and given the use rates in the Ukraine war, Russia is depleting its stocks and probably could use some of those things. And they're also, no doubt, compatible since they were Soviet and Russian era weapons. They're probably compatible with Russia's own capabilities now.
Well, let's William. How worried are you by this summit? It was kind of the summit from hell, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It's absolutely what Kim Jong-un loves to do. This is only the seventh time in 12 years as the leader of North Korea that he's left the country. So you can see how this is manna from heaven for him, because Russia needs his help. Russia needs that ammunition, the huge stocks of ammunition that North Korea has. And North Korea will be asking from Russia for help with things in which they have failed, like getting military satellites into orbit. So it does show the continuing danger of the war in Ukraine and spreading, not in the sense of violence spreading in other parts of the world, but the consequences spreading to other parts of the world, that this, what is a pretty dangerous state and tyrannical state, North Korea, will now be getting help for future high technology military development from Russia. Putin will do absolutely anything to keep going.
Helena, how should the West respond?
Well, I mean, everything William says is absolutely right. I mean, this is a marriage that has real horrors for us because, yes, the weaponry will not be as sophisticated as what is going to be made available to Ukraine by the West and so on, but it will keep this war going, and that's what Putin needs, because he's actually in difficulties. But it does raise another question, which probably moves into a different arena. But it is all the more reason why. You know, I'm a big critic of China because of its human rights record and what it's doing currently in Hong Kong and what it's been doing to the Uyghur and so on. But at the same time, I do not want to see us turning up the heat on our in terms of our relationship with China and not keeping doors open, because I feel that what we mustn't do is let this be yet the next step for Putin, that he really tries to draw China into his domain, because we know already there's an element of that, but they're not arming them, and they haven't. Technology is certainly, China's far ahead on all of that by comparison with North Korea. So please don't let us turn it into a war that draws China in. That would be hellish.